Hello, YouTube. How you doing? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me, please. Let me know if you can hear me. Type it in the chat if you can hear me. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my live. I am Queen Lillie, and this Saturday we got a lot to talk about. From the MAGA Republican Party and Donald Trump mistreating our troops, mistreating our military. They have not received their pay. And for some reason, the MAGA Republicans decide they're not paying our military. Donald Trump has betrayed our military. The MAGA Republicans have betrayed our military. Put it in chat if you can hear me, please. Come in, come in. Wherever you are, you're welcome in. Let me hear your voice in the chat. Tell me something good, baby. Hello, King LaSwan. How you doing, baby? How's my baby doing this evening? I hope you had a wonderful day. Yes. Welcome to my live. All of you that's just coming in, welcome to my live. We are talking about Donald Trump, our troops, Letitia James. Everything we're going to discuss, it pertains to Donald Trump. Yes, Donald Trump. That's who we're talking about, the Epstein files. Our military, how Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans have betrayed our military. Yes, we got a lot to talk about, y'all, because the way our military is being treated right now, it's ridiculous. They're not cared for right now at all. So it was a nice day. Awesome, 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 awesome. You so awesome. You guys, as you come in, please hit that like button, please. Hit that like button as you are coming in. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can send me super chats and super stickers. Yes, super chats and super stickers. Also, in my description is my Venmo. So if you have Venmo, you can bless me through Venmo. In my description, just take a look. You will see my Venmo at Lillie Young 1. That's right, at Lillie Young 1. Also, my PayPal link. You can send me something through PayPal. Just click that link and bless me tonight. Hello, Queen Sarah Dippity Wonders. Hello, beautiful. So you can hear me. Awesome, 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 awesome. I have membership. If you like to become a member, there's two different types of memberships. I have the Rubies membership for $4.99, and I have the Diamonds membership for $9.99. The members get everything first hand. And then also the members get things that the regular subscribers do not get, or the viewers that do not get. Yes. And that's what makes you special. Yeah. Yeah, I love y'all. Y'all special. We're about to get started in just a moment. Hello, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Hello, Doug Fresh. How you doing, handsome? How are you? Welcome to my live. I am Queen Lillie, everybody. Come on in. Come into my castle, take a seat, and let's respect each other in the chat. Let's give each other love. Love is important right now. We need a lot of it in this country. Put a little love in your heart. Hello, King Steve. How you doing, baby? How you doing? So you come over here to watch me this evening. Thank you, you guys. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. We're going to be getting started soon, okay? Just a moment, please. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. How you doing? We're going to be discussing Qatar as well. You know, Donald Trump received that jet from Qatar. And then he paid him back a favor by giving up some of our military base in Idaho to Qatar. We got a lot to talk about. This country right now is rather frightening, the things that are happening in our country. Right now, Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans are taking care of whole other countries. Israel, Qatar's country. Nobody is protecting us or providing for us. They're leaving us out to fend for ourselves. We're not protected in this country anymore. We're not. Our military is not protected right now. No. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she got a lot to say, y'all, and I'm looking forward to it. Are you looking forward to Marjorie Taylor Greene? She's woke now, baby. Yes, Marjorie Taylor Greene has joined the woke people. I still don't trust her all the way, but I'm liking Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't trust her. No, I don't. But I'm liking what she's doing right now. Hello, Queen Marcella. What is good? Y'all make sure y'all follow. Speak with your girl, Marcella. We're going to go ahead and be getting started soon, okay? So Marjorie Taylor Greene has become woke, but I do not agree with everything she says. Take a listen, you guys, okay? And this is from Don Lemon. Everything I show you is fair use, great for educational purposes, and great research purposes, and great entertainment. What are we doing? We're doing research, everybody. All you beautiful kings and queens, we are doing research. Hello there. We're God bless you. I'm not going to even entertain you. Whatever your last name is, Lou, God bless you, baby. I birthed a beautiful child out of this flower. Don't do me. Well, anyway, we're going to listen to Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's becoming woke.
Washington all week, and I've been at my office. I've been in the Capitol. There's two things I couldn't find this week. I couldn't find anywhere the Epstein files, and also couldn't find the Republican plan to fix the absolutely destroyed health insurance industry that got wiped out in 2015 with Obamacare. Yeah. Like, those are the two things I can't find. And when Republicans, and I'm criticizing also
hit the
Congress,
like button, please.
I'm really grateful to a lot of the things the president is doing, but I'm really upset with the direction Congress is going. But when we are not doing anything to address the cost of living, we aren't doing anything about Blackstone buying up houses where most young people can't find a house and they're having to compete in bidding wars.
Right.
And we're not doing anything about health insurance premiums. Then for the love of God, what are we doing?
Right.
I've been here in Washington all week, and I've been at my office. I've been in the Capitol. There's two things I couldn't find this week. I couldn't find anywhere the Epstein files, and also couldn't find the Republican plan to fix the absolutely destroyed.
Marjorie Taylor Greene said she couldn't find the Epstein files this week, and that she could not find anything that the Republicans supposed to be fixing for the health care. The Republicans and Donald Trump said F your health care. The Republicans and Donald Trump says F America, because they're too busy sending money to Israel. And Israel, their people have health insurance right now. Yeah, they have health insurance. They're not losing their health insurance. America is providing for other countries, except taking care of us, the American people. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I am so glad to see she has woke up. I'm not a fan of hers, but I'm starting to like her a little bit. I won't lie. I am starting to like Marjorie. Let's keep her in our prayers, because she kind of winded me over. She better not disappoint. She better not disappoint us. One moment, please.
Moment, Chris, is worse than Watergate.
You think so?
I absolutely do. And I'll tell you why. Because there were people around President Nixon at the time who resisted his worst instincts. We're talking about a bipartisan delegation of congressional leadership who marched down to the White House and told him that what he was doing with regard to an enemy.
Hit the like button, please.
You had an attorney general and others at the Justice Department who resigned as opposed to carrying out President Nixon's vindictive political orders. We do not have that in this administration. That's why this moment, this attorney general is worse than White House. Is worse than Watergate. This moment, Chris, is worse than Watergate.
You think so?
I agree with this fella. This regime is worse than Watergate. It honestly is. Because Nixon people began to pull away from him quickly. Donald Trump has his loyalists, and they scatter him. I don't know what he's holding over them, and I don't know what Russia has on Donald Trump, and what Qatar has on Donald Trump, and Israel has on Donald Trump. But Donald Trump apparently has something on every last one of his cabinet members, because he plays them like they are the radio. Pam Bundy stumbling over her words when she was being questioned by Congress. Even some of the MAGA Republicans questioned her, and she didn't have the answers. She was reading from paper, y'all. Probably what her King Donald Trump has told her to tell Congress. Her behavior was rather unusual. Rather unusual. She's weak. And it's not a good look on her. Donald Trump has her looking really bad. She looked old and tired. When she came into this regime, she was an attractive woman. Not anymore. Donald Trump's stench has got on her so bad, she's unattractive. Anybody that hitches their wagon to Donald Trump, they lose everything and they become very unattractive. Uh-oh, sorry, you guys. I apologize.
All right, here are the 4 reasons why this is going to go down as the most corrupt presidency in American history. Number 1, the Trump coin. Think of this like a Swiss bank account. People are depositing money into this. We don't know who's doing it or what amount, but it's a ton of money, and he is making potentially billions of dollars. If you're lobbying the administration about some regulatory thing, you give money to the Trump coin. If you want to have dinner at the White House, you give money to the Trump coin. Literally anyone who wants anything from this administration could give money to the Trump coin and no one would know. It's blatant, unheard of corruption. All right, number 2, all of the real estate investments. Trump boys are going all over the world and they're securing money for Trump properties. They're using the White House and the presidency to get money for their businesses. For example, investors in Saudi Arabia gave something like $1 billion to a Trump hotel in Dubai. Number 3, this so-called bribe plane. The Qataris gave the president a $400 million plane. It will take about $1 billion and 3 years to fix this plane, so it's also a boondoggle. It's very expensive for taxpayers. It means that he probably won't use it as president, but rather when he is no longer in the office, he's a private citizen, and it becomes a private jet for him. The way he gets around actually breaking the law is that he's going to give it to the presidential library, but it's still breaking the law. I mean, that's clearly taking a gift from a foreign country, one that you cannot accept. And number 4, Elon Musk and all these billionaire donors, they gave this president and Republicans in Congress hundreds of millions of dollars for their campaigns. That bought them access to our data systems, to
all of our
more
social
federal
security
contracts.
numbers.
I mean, no one has made more money on federal contracts, arguably, than Elon Musk, and now he stands to make billions and billions more in federal contracts. The White House is not for sale. It cannot be for sale. This is pure corruption.
The White
and it
House
has to end.
is for
We need
sale.
bipartisan legislation banning all of this. All right, here are the 4 reasons.
The
why
White
this
House
going to-
is for sale. Donald Trump has sold our White House. He pimped it out with the ugly, cheap gold. He pimped it out by making money off of it. And MAGA love to scream and holler. Donald Trump he gets no pay. Honey, Donald Trump is getting paid in several ways. Stop fooling yourself. He's taking from us, the American people, and so is his billionaires. They are taking from the American people. He has pimped that White House out. Mob crime. Crime mob. That's what it is. Pennsylvania Avenue? Yeah, crime mob. Fox News are turning their weak, wussy, bussy backs on Trump. And I'm loving it. What am I talking about? One moment.
Just announced a new nominee for the U.S. Surgeon General who never finished her residency and is not a practicing physician. So can you explain why you picked her to be America's top doctor?
Because Bobby thought she was fantastic. I don't know her.
This president doesn't know what he's doing, and he blames somebody else.
Is your administration sending migrants to Libya?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Homeland Security, please.
Americans are watching all this, and they're wondering, who's really running the country?
Mr. President, your reaction to the story in the Atlantic that said that some of your top cabinet officials and aides had been discussing very sensitive material you signal.
I don't know anything about it.
If he doesn't know, there's a level of ignorance that frankly is unforgivable for a U.S. president.
Do you still believe nothing classified was shared?
Well, that's what I've heard. I don't know. I'm not sure. You'll have to ask the various people involved. I really don't know.
If he doesn't know that, the people around him are derelict in their duty. Here's what I think. I think the man is clueless.
The last Biden-era regulation that hits ordinary Americans hard.
What do they do?
And he just happens to be sitting there signing stuff that they stick in front of him.
What's this one?
That's unleashing American energy spirit.
Signed executive orders that
He probably didn't even know what he was signing. I haven't heard about that. They probably want to keep it from me.
Maybe the people who are actually running the country haven't told him.
I haven't heard that. I know nothing about it. I didn't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it.
He has no idea. The guy is not fit to be president.
Just announced a new nominee for the U.S.
Fox News said Donald Trump is not fit to be president. MAGA, what you gonna do with Fox News? Y'all charge over there to the HBCUs harassing black people. Beautiful black people. What you gonna do to Fox News? Y'all tore up the Capitol. What you gonna do to Fox News? Y'all claim y'all bad, Michael Jackson bad. What you gonna do to Fox News? They turn their back on Donnie Boy. Talking smack about him and they telling the truth. He doesn't know anything. He's not worth sitting in that Oval Office. I really miss the days of President Barack Obama. I do. Let me show you something. I miss those beautiful days so bad. We had somebody great, intelligent, a Harvard graduate, handsome as ever. And we have the likes of Donald Trump and dumb Melania Trump, a ho 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 and a Merry Christmas. What the fuck is happening in America? One moment, please. I want President Barack Obama back. That's what I want. We had greatness. We no longer have that. We have a slime ball monster, Donald Trump, in the Oval Office. Hold on, please. I'm going to show you what a president's supposed to be like. I got to stop the music, but take a look. Can't play the music long, get in trouble. This is a president, a man of dignity, high IQ, put us out of recession. Donald Trump is dragging us down the hole of recession. He dragging us by our hair, and we feel like we've been beat daily. We just can't take it anymore, Lord. Take him, Jesus, take him. One moment. I just can't get why that man is still here. He got cankles. Something's supposed to be wrong with his heart. Take him, Lord. Whew. Please take him, Jesus. We can only take so much in America. America is tired. One moment, please. So, I'm at the point I look at it this way. Impeach Trump. He hates black women. He hates black people. What am I talking about? Trump's trend of targeting prominent black women like Letitia James explained by Garen Keith Gaynor. So, I'm going to read this to you, then I'm going to show you. Donald Trump's latest clash with New York Attorney General Letitia James is more than a political fight. It's part of a larger pattern. For years, Trump has publicly singled out powerful black women, prosecutors, politicians, journalists who've challenged him. He can't stand to be challenged because he's not educated enough to know what they're talking about. From name-calling, lawsuits, to federal investigations, the playbook rarely changes. Attack, discredit, deflect. Now, with James facing a federal indictment after leading historic fraud cases against Trump, critics are calling it what it looks like: retaliation. And that's illegal. The Grid breaks it down, how this strategy works, why it resonates with Trump's base, and what it says about power, race, and accountability in America. It says Trump has not been held accountable. These are the women he has targeted that are black, and there's more. It's just a constitution of his hatred towards black women, just a continuation of his hatred towards black women and black people. From Tish James to Lisa Cook to Fannie Willis, over and over again, this is Donald Trump. You can't be surprised when a man calls for a political revenge that he takes these kinds of actions. Letitia James. On October 9th, the Trump Justice Department announced that it had indicted Letitia James, New York's first female and African-American attorney general. And he's mad about that. A black woman, he can't stand that. No, dog. Donald Trump don't like black people. And he definitely don't like black women. But he used to lay up with them, so you owe them reparations. Yes, anybody that laid up with Donald Trump that's black, he owe you reparations. James is accused of committing mortgage fraud over a Virginia property she owns. While a grand jury indicted James, it is no indication that the U.S. government will come out victoriously in the case against James. Prosecutors have incredibly swayed in grand juries, which are conducted in sorcery, and defense lawyers are not permitted to present their evidence. And this is said by Letitia James. As my faith teaches me, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. We will fight these baseless charges aggressively, and I have her back. Letitia James, highly educated. And Donald Trump can't stand a highly educated black woman. He think black people supposed to be out in them fields. That's what Donald Trump think about us. She has more education than he can even imagine having, because he doesn't have the education that she has. And she's a powerful black woman. And Donnie hates her. And I don't like you either, Donnie. And she don't either. So, Fani Willis. In the late September, the Trump Justice Department subpoenaed records related to travel history of Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, who, and in 2023, indicted Trump and 18 others for engaging in a criminal enterprise to illegally return Trump to office after his 2020 defeat. Oh, he got mollywopped by President Joe Biden. Trump infamously called Georgia Secretary of State Raffensperger after the 2020 election to demand that he find 11,780 votes. He's such a con, Donnie. Which would have reversed his loss in the state. Oh, Donnie, delusional is he. In December 2023, an appeals court disqualified Willis, inciting that the trial court urged by a felon to disqualify DA Willis in her office. Willis appealed the decision and asked to be reinstated. However, Georgia Supreme Court denied her appeal. Okay, Lisa Cook, August the 25th. Donald Trump, Mr. Pissy Depends, attempted to fire Federal Reserve Bank Board of Governor Lisa Cook, accusing her of mortgage fraud similar to the accusations against Letitia James. He's targeting black women, yeah. To the effort to unseat Cook gave Trump an opportunity to reshape the Federal Reserve 7-member board, which was designed to be an independent economic policy body that is free from politics. No president has fired a sitting Fed governor in the agency in 112 years history. A federal judge ruled that the removal of Cook was illegal and reinstated her to her position immediately. An appeal court upheld that decision. The Trump administration appealed the U.S. Supreme Court in a last-ditch effort to remove Cook. And it didn't work, Donnie. Mr. Pissy Depends. So, LaMonica McIrby, U.S. Representative Monica, Democrat, New Jersey, was indicted by Trump. Black woman again. He hates black people. Indicted by Trump administration on June 10th for an encounter she had with federal agents outside the ICE facility in Newark, where she was conducting a congressional oversight visit. The encounter with the federal agents was chaotic as LaMonica attempted to shield Newark Mayor Roz Baraka from being arrested for trespassing. They were not trespassing. Those are number of demons, ICE. Baraka's charges were ultimately dropped. In August, LaMonica defense attorney moved to dismiss the case against her, accusing the Trump Justice Department of selective and vindictive prosecution. And this is what LaMonica says. Me being the one person picked to be charged definitely speaks to me being a young black woman and basically speaking up and speaking out about what they were doing and how they treated us. Yes, how they treat black people. We are the most hated in this country, but we contribute more than anybody. The white man didn't create anything, but he sure enough trademarked everything. Moving along. So Trump and the MAGA Republicans have betrayed our military. Yes, they have betrayed our military.
Republicans just adjourned Congress and refused our troops. Over 1.3 million service members are now on track to miss their next paycheck. Speaker Mike Johnson and MAGA Republicans would rather play political games than keep our government open and pay our military.
Hit the like button, please.
They control the House, the Senate, and the White House. They don't need a single Democratic vote to solve this. But instead of working, they walked away.
With regard to paying the troops, the House is done.
Our troops deserve better. Republicans, do your job.
Republicans, do your job. Donald Trump already pimped them out, had them out there picking up trash in D.C. And then you don't want to pay them. But Donnie sure enough made sure he fattened his pockets on made billions of dollars being in the office. And he spit in the face of the American people in the military. I spit on your grave. So Trump and the MAGA Republicans have betrayed our military. So we're going to hear something from Christina Talks Tea. Be sure to follow her on Instagram and subscribe to her here on YouTube.
Well. So I'm on my way back from the store and I'm hearing the news.
Hit that like button, you guys.
To say to Petey Kegsbreath today to go ahead and issue the military pay. Yet another instance where Daddy Dumpy Pants has no clue how the government works. If you're going to call anybody today to ask them to issue pay to the military, you're going to have to call Aubrey. Aubrey Davis, I believe is her name. You see, she heads up the Department of Finance and Accounting for the DOD. That's how the military monies get spread about. You see, it has nothing to do with Petey Kegsbreath at all. And before the Director of Finance and Accounting can issue out any check to anybody, it must be approved by who? By Congress. That's right. And what did the Democrats in Congress had to try to do yesterday? Yes, they tried to get the Republicans, the GOP, to go ahead and vote on a provision that would release funds to the Department of Defense. But the GOP said no, baby. And Creepy Peepee once again has taken the House on vacation, friend, to avoid the Epstein files. And I think it's a good time to remind everybody right here while the shutdown's at play and once again the GOP's went on vacay today. I think it's a good time to remind everybody what happened during July 4th, dear. During that holiday when the Hill was on vacation. But there was that, tax cut for the billionaire that was about to expire up there. So what did Creepy Peepee do? Oh, they reconvened expeditiously because they had to hurry up and give that billionaire the extension on his tax breaks. That's what they had to do. They had to pause their July 4th vacation to come help out a billionaire. But Creepy Peepee just keeps going on vacation, dear, because he don't want to help out the American people, including the military. But either way, what Daddy Dumpy Pants had to say to Petey Kegsbreath today proves yet again that no one up there, including that man, has a clue how the government works. Isn't that something? Maybe you should call Aubrey Davis today and see if she can find some extra funding for the military in their budget, because she's the only one that has the authority to release it, hun. Not Petey Kegsbreath. That's not his job, you see. That wannabe Homelander, baby. Well.
Hoochie Coochie Man, Donald Trump. Yes, Hoochie Coochie Man, Donald Trump, and Pete Hegseth is making America sink. They already blew up some Colombians on a boat, and they were not drugs dealers. They were not drug dealers. They were not. They told MAGA that because they want to make themselves feel big, like Donnie is a strong man, when we know Donald Trump is weak and fat and funky. And Pete Hegseth getting Botox, baby. Botox ain't gonna help you because you aging horribly ever since you hit your tail to Donald Trump. And you let him hit your bussy too, huh? Because you're a handsome white boy, so I know Donnie want to hit that bussy, baby. He keeps it on the down low. So we're going to hear something from our girl, Letitia James, okay? She's got something to say.
Focus is not on what Donald Trump is doing to me. I am lawyered up. My focus is on the countless number of women, particularly black women and immigrants, who fall in my arms crying because they're concerned that they might be disappeared at night. They might be kidnapped at night. That their families might be separated at night. That they've lost their jobs. The vast majority of federal employees who lost their jobs look like me. Yes. And as a result of that, you are seeing high foreclosure rates in Virginia, in Maryland, in D.C. What we are seeing is a loss of economic power and wealth in communities of color, and the greatest transfer of wealth ever. And so it's important that individuals understand that what he did today in D.C. and all that he is doing against me is nothing more than a distraction. Release the goddamn, the Epstein
Release the
files.
goddamn Epstein files.
Release the Epstein files. We want to know who was responsible for victimizing all of those young girls who were raped.
Donnie is the ringleader. Donald Trump, the ringleader.
We will not be distracted by your pettiness. I'm going to continue to do what I do. I'm going to continue to use the law both as a sword and as a shield. We have filed collectively over 30 lawsuits, and we are winning. The last Trump administration, we filed over 100 lawsuits.
Get him.
80% of our cases. They're much smarter now.
Destroy him.
They're much more smarter now, and he's got more evil people around him. But
Amen.
At the end of the day, evil will
not prevail.
Win. My focus is not on what Donald Trump is doing to me. I am lawyered up. My focus.
She's lawyered up and covered by God. She's lawyered up and covered by Jesus. Donald Trump is not covered by Jesus. He's a reprobated mind, MAGA. I don't care what you say in my chat. Nothing this man has done is of the likes of Jesus. Everything he has done has been against God's people.
The Trump supporters for a minute. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you like this guy.
Whatever he does, he accuses everyone else of doing.
Amen, he does.
Cannot tell the truth, but he combines it with being a narcissist. A narcissist at a level
Donald Trump is dangerous.
I don't think this country's ever seen.
And my concern is that he would grab up that power and really treat the country as sort of his little bully fiefdom.
Donald Trump is everything I taught my children not to do in kindergarten.
He's been exploiting working Americans for 40 years.
He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot.
He says he's for the little guy, but he's actually built a lot of his businesses on the backs of the little guy.
You know, Donald Trump the other day said that, it, quote, if he tells a soldier to commit a...
I want to talk to the Trump supporters for a minute.
Donald Trump is a bussy boy. He's a hoochie coochie man. That's who Donald Trump is. He's nasty. There's no good in that man. Not even a decimeter, a millimeter of good in that man. He's rotten to the core. He is so rotten that his hands show he's rotten to the core. He will never enter the gates of heaven. He will enter the gates of hell. I rebuke Donald Trump. That's a handsome man right there. Donald Trump is ugly.
The persecution of Attorney General Tish James is a reflection of a broken system.
Hit that like button.
Lawless billionaires to rule alongside corrupt politicians. A system that gave us the perversion of justice, an attack on democracy, and Donald Trump himself. We know that this is not just a story of Washington, D.C. It is also a story of New York City. Because the culture, the politics,
baby,
impunity,
of impunity.
that gave rise to Donald Trump is also the story of this city. It is a politics that is as much Donald Trump as it is Andrew Cuomo.
Hands off Letitia James, Donnie. You keep going after black women, everything you do gon' fail. I rebuke you. Everything you do gon' fail, Donnie. Your health is gonna decline even more. You're gonna start looking worse than you ever looked. Take your hands off of black people. Stop attacking black people and sending ICE after black people and black children. And tell your goonies to stop going to our HBCUs. You white people don't own us. We are not your slaves. I rebuke you. I rebuke your soul to hell. This right here, what I'm about to show you, has MAGA written all over. Them demons is hell. Mississippi is hell. One moment.
Morning. The country is waking up to another mass shooting, this time in Leland, Mississippi, a small town of about 4,000 people. And according to the mayor who spoke to CBS News, 4 people are dead, 12 are injured, 4 were airlifted in an overnight
hit that like button
that gripped this small town. People were in town for a homecoming game.
Thank you.
And this happened on the main street within the town. No suspect has been caught. The investigation remains ongoing, but 4 people have been killed. 4 others were airlifted to a local hospital. 8 others were injured. Folks, we have more mass shootings than days in the year, and I feel like I make these videos often, but it's important to not normalize a situation like this, because mass shootings should not be normal in the United States of America, even though right now they very much are. I'll provide you more updates as we get them. As always, spread the word and follow along for more.
Please subscribe to Aaron Ponners on YouTube, and he's on Instagram, so give him a follow. Aaron Ponners, I talk about him a lot. He too had been sued by Donald Trump because he's powerful. Donald Trump hates anybody that he feels a threat, and he's educated. Donnie doesn't even have the education that this young man has. But what Donnie has is cunning power. He's a con man. A 34-count felon. That should tell you a lot. He has more felons than anybody. More felonies than a black person. So stop trying to come for my people, Donnie. You rotten piece of shit. So, I'm going to show you this right here. And the GOP is betraying our military. And everybody feels that way right now.
Military families are missing paychecks. Some of them are standing in line at food pantries to feed their kids, and this is happening because of Donald Trump. I'm Eliza Orland's career public defender for 15 years in Manhattan, and right now, because of the government shutdown, active duty service members aren't getting paid. These are people who show up to serve our country every single day, people deployed overseas, people working at bases here at home, and their families are skipping meals, and it's about to get much worse. Nearly 3
I'm
million
praying
US
for our
service members will miss
military.
their
Pray
next
for our
paycheck on October
military and their
15th if
families.
Congress doesn't act. And so what did Speaker Mike Johnson just do? He announced another week off, telling Republicans to stay in district while military families are bracing for missed paychecks.
There is quite a bit of military members and their families in line because of this government shutdown.
House Speaker Mike Johnson has kept the House out of session, refusing to call members back to pass a bill to pay service members despite bipartisan support for that legislation. Meanwhile, Trump is bragging about this shutdown. He's calling it a great thing for the country. But let's be clear, it's not members of Congress or billionaires feeling
Hit that like button, y'all. Come on.
The military doesn't shut down during a shutdown. Troops are still required to work, but their paychecks are frozen. Their bills keep coming. And the same politicians who claim to support the troops are the ones responsible for this cruelty. Our military families deserve better than this. They have given everything to this country, and the absolute minimum, the least we can do is make sure they can feed their families. This is horrible policy, but it's also a deep betrayal of these families. And so no one who claims they love our troops should allow them and their families to go hungry. Make no mistake, this shutdown is Trump's choice, and our military families are paying the price. Make sure you're following me for more. Military families.
Donald Trump is abiding by the Hitler playbook. Hitler tried to starve people, break their spirits. And Donald Trump is the demonic spirit and the curse over America, trying to break the American people. More about our military. They have to go to food banks to get food. While Donald Trump sits and eats as a king with his fat, stinking self. He could miss a couple meals because that stomach is so fat. And stop trying to hide your fat gut with that red tie, you big fat buffoon.
Take a step aside here. There is quite a bit of military members and their families in line because of this government shutdown. We're in day 9 of it, and they're here for a food pantry. There's all sorts of food that is available, and I spoke with some military member spouses, and I spoke with some department heads here at the ASYMCA on why this is so important. What's the difference in the amount of people that you've seen from today to previously?
Hey,
so
Queen
when we first started
Victorious
coming, there
one.
definitely wasn't this amount of people. It was a lot, but it wasn't this amount to where it wrapped around the building. But lately it has been a lot.
Is
Like
sad,
we were here last
y'all.
week and we were in line for like 2 hours. But in a normal week, we usually run out of food around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Last week we ran out of food about 10:30.
As I take a step aside here, there is quite a bit of military members and their families in line because of this government shutdown. We're in day 9 of it, and they're here for a food pantry. There's all sorts of food.
This is messed up. Why fat boy that the one eats cheeseburgers, McDonald's and Burger King, that Donnie, you don't need to eat, boy. You fat. You keep trying to wear them big old coats, suit coats to hide that fat. When we all know you wide and fat like a grandma. You bad body built. You can miss a couple meals. But no, you eat like a king with your stinking self. And while our military is suffering, their loved ones are suffering, their kids don't have their health care right now because of Donnie. The benefits are cut off because of that fat slob sitting in the Oval Office who should not be eating anything because he need to lose weight. You're swollen because you eat all that unhealthy stuff. Your cankles are so tight they can wrap around your neck. Take them out of here, Lord. Let the truth be told. Take a listen to this. Let the truth be told, Lord. Let the truth be told, Jesus.
Our history, our photographs are being banned, but not Confederate monument. Why are we asked to forget, but not the Jews asked to forget the Holocaust? Why are we asked to forget, but not the Boston Tea Party, the American Revolution, Paul Revere, the British are coming? Why is it that all of the forgetting is on us? Because if a people will be stripped from the knowledge of themselves, then you're at the mercy of the oppressor. Why is
And Donald Trump is our oppressor.
But not Confederate monument? Why are we asked to forget, but not the Jews asked to forget the Holocaust?
Donald Trump is the oppressor of the Americans. He's making sure his family eat. He made sure his last term, his son-in-law and daughter became billionaires. While our economy suffered throughout the 19. He brought our country down. He knew about the 19 and didn't tell nobody for months, y'all. People were getting sick. I worked on the TV set. People was getting so sick on the TV set I worked on, the TV show I worked on. Were getting so sick because we didn't know what was going on. Donald Trump sitting there with his fat self just lying to the American people. And what he doing now? Lying to the American people. He has MAGA drinking that red Kool-Aid. They'll never come off under that water. They'll never come off in his pissy pins. They hire for Donald Trump funk. I agree with this king. One moment.
Making clear that this is not simply an attack on Attorney General.
Hit that like button.
This is an attack on our city. And each one of us represents different parts of that same city, and we speak with one voice today. We speak with a voice that recognizes that we are standing in front of the same courthouse where Attorney General Tish James did her job, upholding the law and holding Donald Trump accountable. Trump versus New York was argued in this courthouse, and yet as it is so clear today, that fight continues outside of this courthouse.
This is our new mayor for New York.
Because what Donald Trump has sought to do with taking over the federal government is to advance his own greed and his own agenda. And we are now watching as in the pursuit of that advancement, he lays waste to our democracy. This is a blatant miscarriage of justice.
Amen.
This is a shameless act of political retribution. And instead of prosecuting Tish James for doing her job, Donald Trump should be doing his. Because Donald Trump ran for president on 3 promises: to carry out mass deportation, to punish his political enemies, and to ease the cost of living crisis. And it is that 3rd promise that compelled so many working class voters across this city. A promise, however, that we've seen Donald Trump is fundamentally incapable of delivering on. Because to do so would be to speak against the very donors he's beholden to, the same donors profiting off that same crisis of a cost of living. And so what he has done instead is focus all his time and energy on punishment and cruelty, carrying out mass deportation just here at 26 Federal Plaza for so many New Yorkers going for a routine immigration check-in, and punishing his political enemies. A persecution of Tish James that we have to understand does not just occur.
Hands off Letitia James.
It occurs within a context of the weaponization of our justice system, an attack on our democracy, and the result of a broken political system that empowers lawless billionaires to rule alongside corrupt politicians.
Amen.
All at the expense of working class Americans across this country. And this indictment is instructive in 2 clear ways. The first, in its example of authoritarian administration that is looking to punish those for whom their only crime is holding Donald Trump to the same laws that every American should be held to. And the second is what it asks of each of us. Will we sit idly by as an authoritarian president like Donald Trump attacks the very fabric of this democracy, the very fabric of this city, the very fabric of the trust which underpins all of it? We are making clear that this is not...
Donald Trump is the curse and the stain on America. When he got back in that Oval Office, he cursed his country. Everything has gone wrong ever since he stepped his foot back in there. The day he was sworn in and did not touch the Holy Bible, I said, Lord, we in trouble. We in trouble, Jesus. Help thee. Take thee, Donald Trump, away. He's old and crusty. It's time for him to lay down, Lord. Take him. Take him to the gates of hell and leave him, and he shall burn in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ's name. Take him. Today's world, what I see when it comes to MAGA, ICE, Trump, and his regime are incels attacking defenseless citizens because they never got attention as children. Will someone please hand them their bottles and pacifiers? They were born into money but lack so much godly black Jesus love and joy. And y'all want to know why black people keep going in the midst of the storm of Donald Trump? Because we have that black joy, and it ain't for you to understand. That black joy is so powerful, we know how to rejoice in any situation. Our people rejoiced in slavery, honey. They were singing them hymns, and the white people want to know how to sing like us so bad. Y'all sat back for years and played our music till you learn how to sing. But it's time for us to stop sharing. We got to start gatekeeping some. Because the ones we sometimes even trust turn on us. I love everybody. But we got to start gatekeeping some black people. That don't mean you can't love them. You love them through the love of God. But you got to start gatekeeping because everybody that we tend to trust, they turn on us. Black and brown people, you come from the same bloodstream, Africa. Don't let them destroy us. We got to stick together and pull ourselves out of this regime because nobody care about us. Nobody. I rebuke whoever's sending me a curse right now. I feel you trying to send me a curse. I rebuke you to the highest form. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Don't get mad at me. Your people was never in the Bible. You could pretend you were. Don't get mad at me. Take that up with God. So, we're going to listen to this queen right quick, okay?
The Trump administration is manufacturing a civil war. This is what they planned with Project 2025. And this is what you almost heard Stephen Miller admit to out loud when he crashed out after announcing Trump has plenary authority, which he does not have. The demolition of democracy in America is a slow process that has been ramping up for well over a decade. The line of what is and is not acceptable keeps being moved just slowly enough that many have chosen to keep their heads down and believe everything is fine. Since retaking office in January, these lines are being crossed faster and faster. This week, National Guard troops from Texas entered Chicago against the mayor and governor's wishes. In retaliation, Trump is calling for their arrest, which is beyond the pale political retribution. The regime has also continued trying to send National Guard troops from other states into Oregon, despite court orders blocking their deployment. This comes after weeks of federal propaganda trying to convince us with no proof that the left is a bunch of violent radicals. Bullshit. The vast majority of protests in the United States are peaceful. Peaceful protesters in Chicago, LA, Portland, and DC are being pepper sprayed, shot with rubber bullets, and arrested. ICE officers in Chicago have pointed guns at civilians while they terrorize neighborhoods with military-style tactics. The violence is not coming from the people. The violence is manufactured by the federal government as bait. They want you to react violently.
Hit the like button,
so
please. Thank you.
Justify a civil war. We are not idiots, and we are not falling for this shit. A president is elected to represent the people. This president has chosen to only represent the monarchy that he is building off the backs of this small political niche of MAGA. MAGA does not represent the views of the majority of Americans. We, the people, have power, but only when we wield it. Get to your local protests and remain committed to nonviolence. Demand that politicians on all sides stand up against authoritarianism, specifically against military troops being used on U.S. soil. Connect with your community and support each other. Save your dollars so you can fight with them. And if you have dollars to spare, donate to local causes who are doing the work. There has never been a more important time in our lifetimes to fight for our freedoms and liberties. We are writing our American history right now. What will your story be? The Trump administration is manufacturing a civil war.
They are. Donald Trump wanted to be a civil war. He lied about he ended 7 wars. Then he just changed it this week to 8 wars. Because he mad he didn't get that Nobel Peace Prize. Donnie, you was never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. A brown woman got it, yes. A beautiful brown woman got it. She got the Nobel Peace Prize, boo. You was never gonna get it. You haven't done anything to deserve it. You're trash. Trailer park trash, in my opinion. You demonic spirit, Donald Trump. You deserve to go to hell. You're never going to heaven, Donnie. Stop talking about it. Trump is pathetic, but it's okay for his people, the KKK, to openly wear their white hoods and lynch black people still to this day. Ho, go sit down. Trump wondering about your diaper. And why did he not receive the Nobel Peace Prize? You wasn't gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. You need to worry about your diaper, how it's getting full before you get a diaper rash, Donnie. Uh-oh. Well, I'm gonna let y'all listen to this. I'm gonna start it over. Because he's talking about, this is what Donnie said about this black young fella wearing a black hoodie. He said, I'm honestly thinking about sending the National Guard to Alabama at the rapper who wearing that black KKK outfit exploiting violence. He ain't exploiting no violence. That's a lie. Of the MAGA and the others of non-black communities. Honey, shut your D-suckers, Donnie. Because your people in the white hoodies have lynched so many people that's black and they never did a day of jail or prison for it. Shut your dick suckers up, boy. So it's okay for the KKK to run around here in Georgia wearing they white hoodies out in public. But Donnie dares a black person to put on a black hoodie, suck a nut and eat a butt, Donnie. That's what you can do for black people, because we're tired of you. Every time I look at your face, I want to vomit. Hearing your voice, I get sick. Take them, Lord, take them. I rebuke you to the highest form. Somebody trying to put a hex on me, baby. I'm going to stay alive because I got work to do. I rebuke you. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No weapons formed against me shall prosper, MAGA. You wish me so much bad that I had wrinkles like you. You put that 52-year-old white woman against me, 52. No Botox or fillers. I make your ass look bad. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. Because y'all gonna get the sermon, okay? So Trump lies and say the Nobel Peace Prize winner called him. I don't believe it, but she may have. I just don't believe it. In my opinion, I don't believe it. She may have. Hey, she may have.
The person who actually got the Nobel Prize called me.
He lost so much, I don't know if I believe this fool.
I'm accepting this in honor of you because you really deserved it.
She nice tell Donnie he deserved it. That's a lie.
I didn't say then give it to me though. I think she might have. She was very nice, and I've been helping her along the way. They need a lot of help in Venezuela. It's a basic disaster. So, and you could also say it was given out for 24. And I was running.
I can't listen to this lies. I'm gonna tell you, I can only take so much of Donald Trump's voice. He remind me of RFK. They both disgusting people. So Epstein is not going anywhere, Donnie. We're gonna keep talking about Epstein because I'm about to talk about him now. One moment, please.
Donald Trump's Epstein problems are continuing with Pam Bondi's troubling testimony before Congress under oath. He's also going full bore on the enemies list prosecutions, which could be unlawful, and facing mixed setbacks in the courts.
Oh, what happened? What happened? I'm telling y'all, MAGA over there trying to work them that witchcraft. I return the sender on you. You and your witchcraft over there. Return the sender on your ass. See, I have prayer warriors for me too. One lady here on YouTube, she called me and told me, be careful with them people watching your screen, because you never know what they're trying to do to you. So I return the sender, and no weapons formed against me shall prosper. Your witchcraft ain't gonna work. Those days of white people destroying us is over. It's over, MAGA. It won't work. Epstein files, please.
Donald Trump's Epstein problems are continuing with Pam Bondi's troubling testimony before Congress under oath. He's also going full bore on the enemies list prosecutions, which could be unlawful, and facing mixed setbacks in the courts. I'm going to do a full breakdown for you here. This is Ari Melber from MSNBC, my YouTube channel. You can subscribe for these updates. On the Epstein front, we have seen more and more problems pile up for Donald Trump. The most recent are the way that his attorney general seemed unable to answer or explain their investigative posture on the case, including Donald Trump's own aide, Lutnick, saying there was blackmail. Of course, Donald Trump's DOJ and Pam Bondi in this infamous memo said there was no blackmail, no credible evidence to pursue. Now the potentially credible evidence comes from inside the cabinet, unless they don't think the people Donald Trump has hired are credible at all. The second big scoop that came out, and it hasn't really gotten a ton of attention, I wanted to talk about a little bit, is a pretty exhaustive CBS accounting of just the issues around Epstein's death in a federal facility. That was under the Trump first term, the Barr Justice Department. And we've reported on this before. It is a big problem when an inmate dies in this way, meaning even if the inmate was allowed to commit suicide or take their own life, that itself is a problem because the prison or jail's facility is supposed to prevent that. And second here, because there was so much intrigue around Jeffrey Epstein, he was, I think it's fair to say, one of the most high-profile detainees in the entire federal prison system, and definitely the most high-profile awaiting trial. That's the subset, smaller group of people who are in custody awaiting trial. And so there were questions here about whether he really did take his life, and the DOJ investigated that over time. So noting that problem doesn't mean that you just jump to speculating or making broad conclusions. It's possible that the failure was simply at the process level, that this was allowed to happen. He took his own life, and then there were other failures we've reported on, including...
Okay, he's allowed. Ari is allowed to have his opinion. I do not believe Epstein took his own life. Epstein, I don't. And he may even still be alive. Donnie owes a lot to Israel, honey. They've been saying that, Epstein could be in Israel. I don't know. I can't tell you if he is or he isn't. But I know if he was unalive, I would bet everything on that Republican Party. Yeah. Bundy is in trouble, y'all.
To me, yesterday was an awful day in the history of this committee. It set new low after new low after new low. And I'm going to talk about all of the new lows. I'm going to talk about
hit the like button, please.
In particular. And that is whether anybody noticed the irony that the day before the United States Department of Justice arraigned a former FBI director for allegedly making untruthful statements to this committee, the Attorney General of the United States sat right there and made untruthful statements to this committee.
Pam Bondi did it.
And they weren't maybe.
One moment, I'm going to read y'all super chats in 1 moment, okay?
She made allegations about the ranking member and me having received political contributions from some, she said, Epstein close confidant. Well, guess what? That's actually checkable. There's a thing called the Federal Election Commission. The Federal Election Commission keeps a website that tracks all of our contributions. An intern at the Department of Justice could have checked to see that the allegation, I'll leave it to myself, that I had received campaign contributions from this individual.
That's what Pam
that was
Bundy
false.
said when they questioned her tacky
And it's
butt.
not a maybe answer. It's a yes or no. Did I or didn't I? And there's an unimpeachable record that shows that what she said sitting right there was
It's
not
a lie.
true. If we are going to care about untruthful statements made by the Department of Justice and the FBI in this committee, let's not have this be yet another area where there are different rules for one party than for the other party. To me, yesterday was an awful
Pam Bundy, the entire time she was questioned, she was reading off paper like maybe her daddy, Trump, gave her the answers to whatever that may be asked of her. And she blatantly lied on this man. That's what he's talking about. Pam Bundy, you did not spend all those years in a university to lick Donald Trump's boot. Girl, get up off your knees. Wake up like Marjorie Taylor Greene. One moment, please. PH says 77% of colored people convictions were, wait a minute, 77% of CP child P convictions were white people, boys, white boys, yeah. Yeah, you're right, baby. You're right. Now let me find this other one. You are so right. Thank you. I agree with everything you just said, baby. Now let me try to find this other one. Hold on. One moment. I have to find the other person sent me a super chat too. Okay, Queen Victoria's one. Thank you, beautiful queen. She says, tell the truth, shame the devil. Love you, queen. I love you too, baby. I love you. I love everybody in my chat. But they gonna get this sermon tonight. I don't care if it hurt MAGA's feelings. I don't care if a Caucasian person don't like what I'm saying. I love you anyway. But you gonna get the truth, baby. You gonna get that truth. And that's what you gonna get over here. I give you what you need when you come over here, baby. Satisfaction guarantee. That comes from me. I give you what you want. I give you what you need, baby. Satisfaction guarantee. It comes from me. You ain't getting it nowhere else like you're getting it over here. Not at all. Thank you, Queen Victoria's one. Move along. One moment. One moment, please. So I'm going to read something to y'all. And this comes from Occupy Democrat. Let me take a sip of water, please. Water is good for you. Drink plenty, y'all. Plenty of water. While U.S. troops miss paychecks and the government remains shut down, Trump is building a $5.5 billion beachside golf resort in Qatar. Republicans are approving Qatar Air Force Base on U.S. soil in Idaho. Yes, treating us like trash right now. And MAGA's America First crowd is silent. You are not watching foreign policy. You're watching a foreign payday. Money in Trump's pockets. So let's take a listen to this queen and listen carefully because she makes valuable points. Don't discredit her. Don't do that. You can learn a lot from anybody.
Now, let me get this straight. We got a 34-count felon occupying the highest office in this land and then get on social media and call for the arrest of Governor J.B. of Illinois and Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago. A felon is doing this simply because they weren't nice to ICE. You mean the unqualified people that you lured in with a $50,000 sign-on bonus and paying off their student loans? Meanwhile, over half of them have never seen the inside of a university, but you didn't want ours paid off. A felon is doing this. And then you got Pam Bandersnatch, who is at this hearing up there looking like the spirit of an old racist, sickly Victorian doll, hurling accusation and insults instead of answering the questions. I thought you needed Democrats' votes to reopen the government. You up there insulting them. Then go holler, we're going to bring down Antifa, which is not an organized group. It is anyone that is anti-fascism.
That's true.
The win. You all are so dumb. And I pray that somebody gives Stephen Miller the sock he needs from his master to release him and become whatever he is. That goblin sat on TV and admitted about plenary authority and then paused like he was playing freeze tag with Mitch McConnell. Just paused because he knew he was wrong for saying that. Poor Cash Patel, I know he cries every night at how unqualified he is to have his job. Mike Johnson has not sworn in the latest member because they don't want to release those files. This is where we are. Cartoon villains just running amok. Everybody is unqualified and nobody's doing their job. This is absolutely ridiculous.
It is. It's absolutely ridiculous. Everybody, to the man up on the top, are unqualified. They are all unqualified in the Donald Trump's regime. And it's a shame that none of our allies even want to deal with us. It is a shame and an embarrassment of Donald Trump being in that Oval Office. We are in so much shame right now. It is so embarrassing to have Donald Trump sitting in that Oval Office when we had a qualified black woman who was highly educated and the white people didn't want her. You wanted white power and now you got it, and it ain't looking good on you. It ain't looking good on you at all. Water good for you. You need to try it more often, Caucasian people. I love you, but you're gonna have to drink more water so you can stop aging fast. It ain't smart to be 25 with wrinkles. It ain't smart to be 35 looking 55. I'm trying to help you. Tell me something good. That's what I'm doing, baby. So let's take a listen to this lady from Congress. She tells the truth, and Donnie don't like that.
Trump is the most corrupt president in modern history. Let's break it down.
Today we are giving you one of the best golf courses operated by the best operator almost in the world.
Despite bipartisan criticism, the Pentagon says it has accepted that Boeing 747 jet from Qatar and that President Trump will use it.
Billed as the most exclusive invitation in the world, President Trump held a private and controversial cryptocurrency dinner on Thursday night for 220 of the largest holders of his own meme coin.
Trump is using the administration to make himself even richer every single day. Stacking the cabinet with his billionaire buddies to making deals with corporations and foreign countries. He's operating at a level of corruption that we have never seen before.
And she's telling the truth. Accepting that jet from Qatar. Dirty money. Only fattening Donnie. It's not benefiting us. It's not benefiting our troops. Crime mob in the White House. Trump only love is money. In my opinion. Take a listen. The corruption of Donald Trump.
This is true.
The nation of Qatar, unfortunately, has historically been a funder of terrorism.
That's what he said previously. Listen.
Then why the hell would you allow this?
Today we're announcing we're signing a letter of acceptance to build a Qatari Emiri Air Force facility at the Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho.
Wait, now I get it. He's corrupt to his core. If this is true.
The nation of Qatar, unfortunately, has historically been a funder of terrorism at a very high level.
Then why the hell would you allow this?
Today we're announcing we're signing a letter of acceptance to build a Qatari Emiri Air Force facility at the Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho.
Wait, now.
And what is MAGA doing? They run around. My daddy ain't corrupted like some sick puppies. Your daddy, your savior, Donald Trump, is more corrupted than any president. Worse than Nixon, baby. He's a dirty MFer. Be running them dick suckers, too. So America is in danger because of Donald Trump and his thugs.
This is unbelievable. ICE agents made an illegal U-turn, crashed into this woman's car, hopped out, and arrested her for no reason.
Now this is crazy.
She wasn't undocumented. She wasn't armed.
ICE
She's an American citizen.
Putting our people in danger.
Look at this.
This is ICE, y'all. They hit somebody's car but attacked them. They pull a gun out on somebody that hasn't done anything wrong.
That right there is the perfect example of what unchecked power looks like. ICE and Border Patrol are no longer acting like law enforcement. They're behaving like an occupying force. When federal agents can crash into a U.S. citizen's car and drag
they getting their rocks off doing this.
Themselves, that's no longer policing. That is state-sanctioned violence. It's the same pattern we've been seeing across the country lately. Unmarked vans, masked agents, unlawful arrests, and public terror being used as a weapon. This is no longer about immigration enforcement, and that's obvious. It's about intimidation, control, and seeing how far they can possibly go. These federal agents are now targeting American citizens under false pretenses. This woman didn't do anything wrong. They simply arrested her because they thought she was here illegally. They're blending military tactics with domestic policing and then using fear to silence dissent. We are witnessing the erosion of American democracy, happening one operation at a time. This is unbelievable.
ICE is only targeting black and brown people. We're not safe in our own country where we were born. Our parents was born, our grandparents was born, and on and generations back all the way to slavery. And then our beautiful brown people come over here and they started doing the work that we no longer have done. And they great at what they do. They work harder than anybody. Yes, they do. And Donald Trump is feeling it now because the farmers are coming at his fat, bussy neck, letting him know we're not making any money. You took our workers away. They were hard workers at that. Donnie has so much hate in his heart, he can't find in his heart to do the right thing. Bring them back. They don't want to come back. I'm going to tell you, people that have been taken back to Mexico, they don't want to come back. They ain't even trying to come back because the monster in the Oval Office have ruined everything for everybody in America. Because let me tell you something, white people, you always holler, get rid of the black and the brown people. Let me tell you something. You can't survive right now because you can't hardly get food. You need our brown people. Get rid of black people, you're lost. You're not good at anything. I noticed tonight when I was in the grocery store, the white man, how much they was looking at me and my body, because I got on a bodysuit, honey. They couldn't stop looking at me. The white men, when they get away from their wives, they was telling me, you look nice in that red bodysuit. I like that what you got on. I walked by, their heads turned, you would not survive. Your men will hate you even more. Ask him who his work wife is, baby. I worked with plenty of white men. I know what I'm talking about. Every day I walk past them, they can't help themselves. They see this 52-year-old black woman, they think she's younger than what she is, and they break their necks to look at my nice, full, natural boobs. My nice, full, round derriere God blessed me with. So stop talking bad about black people, because, honey, if anything, you better thank us. Because they hadn't stopped. It go all the way back to slavery. They ain't stopped looking at me. From my ancestors all the way up, they have not stopped looking. They lust for black people. And your white wife can't keep her eye off that black buck. She can't keep her eye off of them. The darker, the better. The darker the black man, oh, Lord, she can't help herself. Can't help herself. She loves the eggplant. She loves it more than I do, probably. Woo! Ric Flair. Woo! The Ric Flair drip, baby. Woo! Ain't nothing like eggplant, baby. Woo! Fix it, Jesus. Woo! Cure my mind right now, Lord. Woo! Getting a little hot in here. Thinking about the eggplant.
People want to be left alone. They don't want revenge.
I got to turn it up again and play this and start this from the beginning because I want my fellow white people to hear this.
People want to be left alone. They don't want revenge. They don't want to replace us, as some extremist groups have said. They just want to live life in peace.
Black people, that's what we're talking about.
They want family, they want love, and they want to live in a society where they know they belong here. They want society to also know that they belong here. They want to walk out their door and not worry that they're going to be treated unfairly, or they're going to get that look like they're not welcome, or that someone's going to try to touch their hair like a zoo animal. Yes, they want they want white people to fix white problems of prejudice and ignorance and all the ways that
a wrongful sense of superiority is baked into our society. Yes, they want that to change. Yes, they want acknowledgement for harms done. They don't want us to just explain things away or justify or gloss over things without really listening. But more than anything, they want to be themselves, fully express who they are, love who they are, be with their family, and live in peace. That's it.
And that's what black people want. We don't want revenge on y'all. We don't.
Revenge.
We don't want revenge on you. Leave us alone. Let me tell you something about right now. Black people are rejoicing in our pain of having Donald Trump in the Oval Office. We're celebrating. We're not thinking about our revenge on white people, but you got revenge for us and we ain't done a thing to you. You've been that way so long, you can't come out of it. Pray about your evilness against black people. Pray about your evilness against brown people, because you can't get into heaven hating us. You can't. You won't win. Hate will never win.
Maga, how are you doing this morning? You really didn't think that that orange bastard was gonna win the Nobel Peace Prize, right? That prize is reserved for people who want to preserve peace, democracy, who are for helping others in need. And that person who happens to be a Latina, maybe instead of blocking Latinos from coming into your country and canceling their shows, maybe you should be more accepting of them so you learn a thing or two. It's reserved for people who have kindness in their heart, not for bastards.
Donald Trump doesn't have kindness in his heart.
Price belongs to Maria Corina Machado, who ran against a dictator. You don't get to be a dictator and get the Nobel Peace Prize. No, you have to fight actively against dictatorship. Not want to become one, Trump. That's not how you get there. I think somebody gave you like the wrong information. So congratulations to Maria Corina Machado and the people of Venezuela for an amazing accomplishment, because she has been fighting for democracy and for people's rights and for the people in need in Venezuela for the longest time. And unfortunately, Maduro stole the election from her. We all know that. But listen, at the end of the day, she still got recognized for what she did.
Hit that like button,
which is
please.
For being a champion of democracy, contrary to you orange garbage. You ain't gonna get shit, bro. What are you talking about? Que tenga buen día.
Donnie didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize. A woman got it. A woman of color. She received the Nobel Peace Prize, Donnie. You ain't gonna get it, boy. Oh, another beautiful black woman, black and brown woman that should be sitting in that Oval Office behind the resident desk. But the racists just can't handle greatness. They settle for mediocre.
So much about this moment that is trying to make people feel like they've lost their minds, when in fact these motherfuckers are crazy.
Woo! She would have been the best thing for America. We would not be going through this. The military would have their paychecks. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. This country would be in such a better place. Yes, we would. And yes, we can.
Figure out who you are soon enough. And you know, I sometimes think about, you know what, I am not president of the United States.
This what would have healed us. But Donald Trump is destroying us. You don't hear people doing that for Donald Trump when he come out. America's so sick of him, they can't stand to hear his voice. And we hate to see him coming. Get thee away, Satan. So I'm going to read you an article. It is breaking. OMG. Pete Hegseth just got busted getting Botox shots after demanding the troops be more manly. Honey, Pete Hegseth, pretty boy. Getting Botox is not manly, baby. I don't even get Botox when I'm 52 years old and I'm beautiful. Head to toe beautiful. Real hair, real everything. I don't even wear fake nails. And if they do wear fake hair and fake nails, that's their business. But Pete Hegseth, you ain't even my age, baby, and you getting Botox. What a pity. Let me read this article to y'all. It says, breaking, OMG, Pete Hegseth just got busted getting Botox shots after demanding the troops be more manly. A new report from the Daily Mail claims that the Secretary of War, is waging his own personal battle with wrinkles and got around the cosmetic surgery that last month. This comes just a few weeks after he publicly berated a room full of generals for being fat and not fit enough. And a few more weeks after, he had a makeup studio installed in the Pentagon so he can look good on camera. That's a bussy boy, y'all. Which is the only thing he's remotely qualified to do besides chug liquor. It's all an ego play for Pete. He's been full of himself, but lately his ego is off the charts, said an insider. He's obsessed with his body. And now he wants to create the entire military in his image. Oh, God, no. No, bussy boy. Great. Just what we need. Another self-observed, deranged narcissist in one of the most powerful positions in the world. Plus, he's an alcoholic on top of everything else. Hagee getting plastic surgery is so emblematic of the entire MAGA movement. The obsession with masculinity and appearance messes, deep-rooted insecurities and superficiality, reducing people to the objects whose worth is dependent on their exterior appearance. Pete, if you're gonna get gender affirmation surgery, then put a good word in with your boss so everyone else can too. Because Donnie wears makeup every day like a woman. Donnie wears a girdle, I heard, allegedly. Donnie wears, they said he has like 2-inch things in his shoes to make him appear taller. Donnie wear hair pieces like a woman. And I don't even wear hair pieces. Although MAGA puts in my chat often that I'm wearing a wig and weave. You fools are so jealous that a black woman has long, beautiful, thick hair. Okay, go get you some pieces like Donnie. Okay, like your savior. And stop coming here hating on me because I'm beautiful. So, I'm going to show y'all something. And this is a press meeting Trump went and wept in the closet, in my opinion. At this particular press meeting, Donald Trump might as well went and wept in the closet and then run into the bush and cry. The little piglet cried all the way home. Him didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize. Go weep in the bushes, Donnie. Go weep in the bushes, boy. Oh, bussy boy Donnie. He said, "Oh, ask me that." Hold on, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Just a moment, please. One moment.
Well, folks, as expected, Donald Trump, he went on an incoherent tirade.
This is bussy boy Donnie.
The Nobel Peace Prize was announced this morning. Your thoughts? Which one? The Nobel Peace Prize. Your thoughts? Including...
He wept in the bushes, y'all.
And I'm not sure, when you say big, it's certainly, I think, to the mind of most, the most important deal ever made in terms of peace. But the one we just signed, it's been signed, sealed, and it's...
he is not coherent. They didn't ask him about signing any bills. They said the Nobel Peace Prize.
Come back, but,
oh, my God.
I made 8
Now we all gonna go weep in the
transactions,
bushes.
Wars. One was 31 years going on. 10 million people were killed. One was 34 years. One was 36, 37.
That's not what he asked, Donnie.
One was 10. One was just starting. Two were just starting, actually, but they were well on their way.
Donald Trump is not
In
well.
the
I
case
don't care
of
what
India and
anybody
Pakistan,
says.
7 planes were shot down. It was a bad one.
They asked him about the Nobel Peace Prize.
You know, I know this is serious, and it's
Go
all very
weep in the
concerning when
bushes,
Donald Trump
Donnie.
speaks. It's all very concerning, but I can't help but laugh. Like, what on earth is he talking about? He's still running with this lie that he ended 7 or 8 wars. If you asked anybody in Trump's administration, including himself, to name those wars, they would probably throw you in jail. They'd probably find an indictment for you because you were mean to the president of the United States. And I thought his initial response was just so pathetic. He goes, which one? As if he hasn't been openly campaigning for himself to get the Nobel
The point
Peace
is,
Prize.
they asked Donnie about the Nobel Peace Prize. We all gonna go weep in the bushes because Donnie wept in the bushes, y'all. Let's go join her, but I'm gonna take a stick and whip that. Woo! Ric Flair drip, y'all. Every time I think about Donnie, I got a Ric Flair drip, y'all. Y'all need to go listen to that song by the Migos. Ric Flair drip. Fix it, Jesus. Fix my mind because Donnie is disgusting. He has hurt my eyesight looking at him. So, Stephen Miller called judges terrorists. Now, one of those judges had a firebombed home. This is not a coincidence. I told you all that. Investigate Miller for incitement immediately. Something has to be done about Stephen Miller. The one head look like a dick head. Something needs to be done. Almost a cone head, yeah. It looked like a plug that men walk around, you know, the men on Grindr. Mike Johnson may know something about that. Grindr, you know, it's been alleged. Stephen Miller, your head is not right, boy. Your mama didn't shape your head. And that's something that black people been told a long time. Shape the baby head when it come out. Because when it come out of our canal, our beautiful flower, because I got a Lillie flower. My name Lillie. My beautiful flower down there. When my baby came out, I made sure I shaped her head. And she's beautiful as I am. Her own hair and all. Beautiful just like me. See, Stephen Miller, his mama did him wrong. She didn't listen to the black people to shape that child's head. This is from something that has been said by President Obama, the handsome. The last president was really handsome, but Biden wasn't bad. He was just old, and Biden take care of his body. He got a nice body, but this is from the handsome President Barack Obama. Dear Donald Trump, you will always be a small man living in Obama's shadow. Always love America. See, Donnie, this is a man of quality and dignity and integrity. And that's why he received the Nobel Peace Prize. You would never get it. Donnie wept in the bushes again, y'all. His fat self, I would love to see him run. It'll be like seeing a fat pig run. Donnie ran and wept in the bushes. So, 3 generations of scum. Donnie's grandfather, who was a fugitive immigrant draft dodger, and also a PIMP. Donnie's grandfather, yes. Donnie's father, racist, slumlord, tax cheat. Donnie's father, yes. Donald Trump, the son, racist, slumlord, tax cheater, grifter, draft dodger, money launderer, traitor to us. What am I talking about? This is what I'm talking about. From his grandfather to his father, the son is just as rotten and worse than both of them all put together. Slime. Crime mob in the White House. Hit that like button for me, please. So, this is something that's going on. You know, the MAGA Republicans are all predators. So, DRUG dealer and predatory lender released from prison by Trump, Jonathan Vaughn, has been arrested again for assaulting a 3-year-old. What am I talking about? This is what I'm talking about. MAGA are bad people. They are terrorists, in my opinion. He actually assaulted a 3-year-old. We all finna go we're gonna go weep in the bushes, y'all. Come on, join me. Let's go weep in the bushes. Because these MAGA Republicans are dangerous. They are a menace to society. They must go. If anybody should lead this country, it's these mediocre white men taking advantage of children. It's sad. Barnes has been arrested multiple other times on state charges, including for allegedly assaulting his wife and his 75-year-old father-in-law, groping a nanny's boobies, menacing healthcare workers with IV pole at a Long Island hospital, and petty larceny. Let's go weep in the bushes. Come on, come with me. Let's go weep in the bushes, y'all. It's getting bad out here. White man, the mediocre white man is out of control. Going to weep in the bushes. Because Donnie already ran to the bush with his fat stuff like a pig, and he wept in the bushes because he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize. He ain't get it. You ain't gonna get it. Let's take a listen to our girl Letitia James again, okay? She's in my prayers. Hold on.
Continue. This is nothing more than a continuation of the president's desperate weaponization.
Hit the like button, please.
He is forcing federal law enforcement agencies to do his bidding. All because I did my job as the New York State Attorney General. These charges are baseless, and the president's own public statements make clear that his only goal is political retribution at any cost. The president's actions are a grave violation of our constitutional order and have drawn sharp criticism from members of both parties. His decision to fire a United States attorney who refused to bring charges against me and replace them with someone who is blindly loyal not to the law
and not to the American people
is antithetical to the bedrock principles of our country. This is the time for leaders on both sides of the aisle to speak out against this blatant perversion of our system of justice. I stand strongly behind my office's litigation against the Trump Organization. We conducted a 2-year investigation based on the facts and evidence, not politics. Judges have upheld the trial court's finding that Donald Trump, his company, and his 2 sons are liable for fraud. I'm a proud woman of faith, and I know that faith and fear cannot share the same space. And so today, I'm not fearful. I'm fearless.
Letitia James is fearless. All us black women are fearless. All the brown women too are fearless. And that's why Donnie hate us. Donnie look at us black and brown women. He want to get with us. He love the way that body shape. But he pretend he likes that pancake booty, Melania Trump. He did a lot of work on her face because if you saw Melania before Donnie got to her, her nose was not attractive. She was not attractive. He fixed her up. But it was said his friend hit it first. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Donnie got played. So let's look at Trump's signature on this check, okay? But I'm not going to play the music.
My signature.
Uh-oh, sorry.
The way I speak.
Voiceover.
Hold on.
Not my signature, and it's not the way I speak.
Liar!
There must be more to life than having everything.
Look what I have. I have everything.
I have everything.
We have everything.
Donald, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is.
Oh, yes, there is, and I won't tell you what it is. Yes, there is. I won't tell you what it is. I won't tell you who it was. But...
Jeffrey, nor will I, since I also know what it is.
Nor do I. Nor did I. Nor do I. Nor would I. And I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is.
Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey.
We have a lot of things in common. I think we have a lot of things in common. Certain things. Things in common. Right, Jeffrey?
Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Come to think of it. Come to think of it. Yes, we do.
Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that?
Carson's an enigma. Have you noticed
He said he doesn't use that word, MAGA.
As a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you.
As a matter of fact? As a matter of fact, it was clear the last time I saw. The last time I saw him was at Mar-a-Lago.
Trump, a pal is a wonderful thing.
He's my friend, my pal. He's my pal.
But you don't use that, Donnie. Those words you don't use, remember?
Wonderful day, wonderful thing.
Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. May your dreams come true. May you all have a truly blessed Hanukkah. Let's talk about a big secret, big secret, big secret. Incredible secret. Wonderful. Wonderful secrets. Secrets. Our most precious secret. Jeffrey, wherever you may be. Jeffrey, thank you.
Donald Trump, you can run, but you can't hide. You can try to stop the Epstein files. You can run, but you can't hide. Fat boy, little piggly wiggly, run on to the bushes and weep. Because those Epstein files, we gonna get them. Because let me tell you what those survivors said. They're gonna make their own list, Donnie. And ain't nothing you can do, fat boy.
Obeying the Constitution is going to get real ugly if you don't follow the laws and obey the Constitution like you swore an oath to do. The president came out just yesterday, okay, and he says, I'm going to pick and choose which federal employees that I give back pay to. Okay, so once again, he is indicating that he's going to violate the law and do something that's unconstitutional and despicably, not treat people fairly like he should in this country, okay, but decide, pick and choose whether he's going to give back pay to the federal employees that he likes. The president, his job is to serve this country, not treat the U.S. Treasury like his private piggy bank.
That's what he's doing.
People's money. How dare you go out there and say I'm going to give back pay to the people that I like and not for the people that I don't like. We are in a dangerous spot in this country when the president.
Anthony is begging for my attention, boy. Bye. Get your lips off of Donnie's little ping.
That law that you must give back pay to federal employees, okay? That is written in plain English, and he's just telling the American people that he's going to ignore it, okay? Nobody. I don't care who you are. I don't care what.
Donnie has spit in the American people's face. Let me tell you something. Go watch the movie I Spit on Your Grave. Watch it several times. There's like 3 versions of it, I believe. That's such a great movie. Women, go watch it. Please. I Spit on Your Grave. While Donnie is spitting on the American people, spitting in our face, he has spit in our military's face too. Him and the MAGA Republican Party has spit in the American people's face. They have spit in our military troops' face. I spit on your grave. Because God is coming soon, Donnie. You ain't going to heaven, boy. He gonna take you to the gates of hell. What you gonna do, boy? You ain't gonna be able to wear that red hat. It's gonna burn. It's gonna burn. Oh, it's gonna burn. It's gonna burn, Donnie. The way your ankles are burning right now. And the way that feeling around your heart when it gets to burning, it's gonna burn, boy. Run, Rudolph. But you can't run from these Epstein files, boy. Honey, those survivors know who you are, Donnie. And more gonna come out. You can try to hide those Epstein files all you want, Pam Bundy and Cash Patel. Donnie gonna let y'all be the fall guys. Pam Bundy, you didn't go to a university to end up in this situation, girl. Cash Patel ain't that bright. He ain't qualified for his position. He's not bright at all. Come off and then it depends, Cash Patel. I think you're drunk enough, baby. And what's so sad, Donnie don't like you. You're a brown person. I'm black and you blacker than me. You know he don't like you, boy. Your skin too dark. Come off and in there, baby. Mama talking to you. I know you miss me, baby. Come off and in there, depends. Come on off and in there, baby. You need a bottle, I got you. You need your pacifier, I got you. But more than anything, you need the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Donald Trump is not your savior. Let the Bible, the real Bible, not Donnie's Bible, let that be your bottle and your pacifier. P has said, come off and in there, baby. Come on. Let that Bible from a well-known replica Bible, not Donald Trump's Bible, baby. Put that bottle down, because you ain't drinking a baby's bottle. You need Infamil? I got you, baby. Mama got you. Read that Bible and get blessed. Read that Bible and get fed, baby. Don't read Donald Trump's Bible, no. No. Black Jesus waiting on you, baby. He waiting on you. One moment, please. just a moment.
They're lying to you, and the proof is in that one yellow cup. That's right, Fox. Propaganda, Mike Johnson, the entire right-wing propaganda machine shut down the government over this one plastic cup. Not a program, not a national crisis, a cup. Because when you can't lead, you distract. This entire pyramid right here on the bottom is the entire Medicaid budget. And the yellow cup at the bottom is the only time potentially that an undocumented immigrant may get health care or care. And it's in an emergency. It's the mathematical equivalent of 0.004 of the budget. But Mike Johnson will make you think like it's the end of civilization. And that is not governing, that is gaslighting. Propaganda 101, you take a teaspoon of truth and you turn it into a tidal wave of fear. Straight out of the playbook of Karl Rove, but without the subtlety. And here's the kicker. We can never eliminate that yellow cup, ever. We can keep the government shut down forever. It's not a liberal giveaway giving undocumented immigrants health care. If someone's bleeding out in the ER, you treat them, period. It's not policy, it's humanity. And apparently, compassion doesn't play well over at Fox because they want you to think that they're giving free health care to undocumented immigrants. But now let's take a look at the top pyramid. That shows you the $100 billion paid in by undocumented immigrants annually. Props up Social Security,
They pour more in
Medicaid,
taxes.
Medicare,
They
and so
pay
on.
more in
Benefits
taxes than
that
that.
they will never use because they don't qualify for. It's the entire state of Ohio, what they pay into the system. Can you imagine telling everyone in Ohio, sorry, you're not invited to the party? Even if I took away this little yellow cup and what it cost, those orange cups, I still have $97 billion of net positive money coming into the U.S. Treasury. So this is not a budget problem. We're making more money. It's not a problem with the law. They shut down the government to distract you. They shut the government down over this not because they care about spending, but because they need you looking at that cup. They don't want you looking at the scoreboard. They don't want you talking about the Epstein files, sluggish job growth, shrinking GDP, and the widening trade deficit that the tariffs were supposed to fix, but it went in the opposite direction. This is not budgeting. It's a magic trick of politics. Don't look over here, look over here. Mike Johnson and his propaganda friends over at Fox are basically saying, hey, if I can scare you with this yellow cup, maybe you won't notice that I don't have any solutions or a plan. The next time that you see this on Fox, recognize that this is propaganda. We cannot keep falling for this over and over again, America. The
truth matters. The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. They are distracting us. They want us to forget about the Epstein files. We will not take our foot off your neck. No. No. Trump and his thugs in a suit do not care about America. What am I talking about? One moment. That sounds like devil worship. Hold on.
So we just gave this dude $20 billion and he throws a concert? Like, if you're in that much of a economic situation, how are you throwing this massive concert? If you guys don't say this, it's like literally in a stadium. I don't even know what to say. You know, people right now are about to lose their health care. 24 million Americans are about to have their insurance premiums double. And we haven't, Republicans haven't found a solution to that, but certainly have found a solution to give this idiot $20 billion to bail out his economy while he's doing these rock concerts. Good job. Make America first again, guys.
They don't care about making America first. Trump gave $20 billion of our taxpayers' money to what Argentina. $20 billion of our taxpayers' money to Argentina. Argentina had a big concert. That was garbage, that music. While our troops have no food, they got to go to food banks so they can feed their loved ones and their family. This is America. Life under Trump. So, take a listen to this. which I have my bet on, Keisha Lance Bottoms. She used to be the mayor. She won twice. She will be running for governor here in Georgia. So we're not going to allow this man cosplay being a Democrat to get our vote. We're not doing it, Georgia. Uh-oh. It's on mute.
Governor Georgia, we gotta have a talk. Because this man, former Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan, is now running as a Democrat instead of a Republican for our next governor. This is Jeff, while Brian Kemp, our current governor, signed the abortion ban into the law. Look at him smiling. These are some stats about drop boxes impacting mostly voters of color in the 4 most populated counties in the state, with a voter suppression bill that he also helped pass. And while Jeff Duncan originally said no restrictions on absentee ballot, he still got behind and supported the final bill anyway, so why does it matter? A man who has flipped parties because he says the insurrection and the voting misinformation coming out of Donald Trump was just too far on the Republican side, but actively worked to ensure that more women and people are dying because they can't access care. I'm just shocked. If you really had a change of heart, drop out of the race. Use all those connections, all those funders and donors, and put money for people that actually can flip seats. Don't fall for this, Georgia. Georgia, we gotta have a talk. Because this man...
Vote for Keisha Lance Bottoms. She's running for governor. She really kept Atlanta at the top. She won her term twice and was our mayor twice here in Atlanta. She will be our next governor of Georgia. So, we're going to take a listen to this. And it said, Trump is going to die. Then what, MAGA?
MAGA, I know you don't want to hear this, but I got to tell you anyway. Trump is going to die.
That is crazy.
What happens to MAGA?
I don't know when, but considering his dementia and his weight and his diet and the off chance that there's really a God, his odds don't look too good.
It's not fair.
Trump is scheduled to have his routine yearly checkup at Walter Reed Hospital just 5 months after his last routine yearly checkup. That can't be good. Recently, he's been limping around on his fat ankles and applying makeup to his failing appendages. So I think maybe sooner than later.
I am not unpopular.
Now, MAGA, I know that look. You think that even if I'm right, someone will step up and replace him.
What happens to MAGA?
I'm going to tell you, I think those new ones are a lot of them are going to fall off. But I don't think they're turning, without him. And I don't think they're necessarily turning back to Democrats. I think they're just falling off going, who?
But here's where I actually have to acknowledge Trump's amazing gifts and why that won't happen. Trump is a remarkable specimen, an evil, sociopathic, malignant narcissist, much like the many dictators we've seen over the last century. But dictators are usually a one-off, most of their success driven by their personalities and the fear that used to drive the opposition down. I mean, who replaced Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini, Pol Pot, etc.?
America is for Americans and Americans only.
You see, there isn't anyone in MAGA who can do what Trump does. And while that might seem like a compliment of sorts, me saying that, hey, there's no Hitlers in your party, it's not a compliment. None of Trump's cast of ball-licking cuckolds have the experience or temerity to pull off another coup. For 2 reasons. Vance, Miller, Cruz, Lomarco, Patel, this is nothing but dandruff. They have a long history of hating Trump until Trump threatened them, and then they tuck back their junk and join the party. But after Trump croaks under the weight of his massive gut, these little boys will try and fade into obscurity. But that won't work, because there will come a time when the people doing Trump's evil will face the type of retribution Trump is currently putting his perceived enemies through. And I think that's already going through the minds of many supporters. What happens after Trump?
We need to release the Epstein list.
You see, Trump almost single-handedly made 80 million Americans abandon their Judeo-Christian ideals and replace them with Trump's dark brand of humanity. Trump surrounded himself with white supremacists, rapists, and misogynists.
Childless cat ladies.
And somehow that virus connected with millions of America's Waffle House brigade. But that all ends when Trump dies.
I can't stand the word empathy.
And unlike the adulation creeps like Charlie Kirk got upon dying, Trump's not 31 years old with a cute wife and kids.
We took the freedom of speech away.
The era of video and social media will attack Trump like a murder of malevolent crows. No, this human skin tag will always be the face of what happens when a nation gets lazy and pretends everything will be fine, which it isn't and won't be for a while. Not until, well, you know.
Goddamn right.
I think he's crazy.
Donald Trump is crazy, in my opinion. The man is a lunatic. I almost want to say, in my opinion, he's a schizophrenic, in my opinion. Every day is something different. That's like different personalities. Stephen is speaking fascism. Stephen, your eyes are blinking. You big dummy. What I'm talking about, I'm about to show you. He pretends his screen has frozen. This is a mediocre white man because a black man wouldn't do this. His eyes are blinking when he pretends he's frozen.
Code. The president has plenary authority.
Watch his eyes blink.
Stephen? Hey, Stephen, can you hear me?
He's not frozen. His eyes
Stephen,
are blinking.
You dirty dog. I've seen that look of guilt before. What are you doing? See the resemblance? But here's why that glitch matters. Plenary authority under Title 10 isn't just legal jargon. It's a tell. He slipped because he knows exactly what's happening behind the scenes. In fact, he's the one planning it. Under Title 10 of the U.S. Code, the president can federalize the National Guard, taking them out of state control. It's meant for true emergencies. But Dumpy's been testing that power in plain sight, federalizing the National Guard in L.A., Portland, and Chicago, even when the governors said no, reclassifying troops at the border from state to federal control, floating public safety deployments that sound a whole lot like domestic policing. Each one of those moves was a trial to see just how far he can go under plenary authority. And Miller knows exactly what that phrase means. It means bypassing governors. It means testing the edges of martial power. And it means that one man, not the Constitution, calls the shots. He glitched because he said the quiet part out loud. But the tests are already happening in plain sight. This is why we need to turn off the propaganda. Believe what your eyes and your ears are telling you. Thanks to Miller's little oopsie, they're going to accelerate the plan. You understand what's coming, right? Dumpy has tanked the economy, wrecked America's credibility worldwide, and Republicans cannot win a free and fair. So what's next? Cue the script. A war on Antifa, the Insurrection Act, troops in cities, and civil unrest. That's the setup. Chaos as a cover for control. So rise up now while you still can. Authoritarians always overplay their hand. And Miller just showed us theirs. Now it's on us to make sure that they don't get away with it. Let's go.
The U.S. Code.
Let's go, America. Let's go. Take our country back. We will not accept Donald Trump's regime. We will stand strong and tall for what's right for America. We want the Epstein files.
Pedophiles are Republicans protecting. What disgusting behavior are they protecting by refusing to seat Adelita Grijalva? And this is a group of people who have, consistently pretended as though they care about folks who have been victimized. Well, if you care about people who have been victimized, you will release the Epstein files.
Very well said. Republicans use their positions of power to protect people who commit alleged sex crimes. Like I said, the Matt Gaetz example. They covered enough for Matt Gaetz to resign. That is wild. Of course, we all remember this. There was an investigation about some alleged sexual interactions, and Speaker Johnson genuinely ran cover for him and ran cover long enough for Gaetz to resign. Now we're kind of seeing a parallel where it seems like Speaker Johnson is running cover for some more disgusting behavior.
What pedophiles are Republicans protecting?
The MAGA Republican Party, a vast majority of PDF files. They're dangerous. The MAGA Republican Party are putting Americans in such a dangerous position right now. They don't care about us. They don't care about our military. They don't care. This is something black people are very familiar with. The white does something horrible, then they tell people they have harmed, take it back. That's not what happened. Y'all, we are reliving history. Even though Trump, MAGA, wants to erase their horrible history, you can't erase it, white people, because you continue to do it. What am I talking about? One moment.
I don't think people realize how bad this just got. Nam nuj not voya pomesh. Ni man bang woman ma. Musa tatuna. Today it was announced that the United States of America, 110%, had made a mistake. And the mistake that we had made was on a Venezuelan ship that we had bombed a couple of days ago. That Venezuelan ship today was confirmed to not be Venezuelan at all. In fact, the president, El Presidente Pedro, came out and said out of his own mouth today that was a Colombian ship with Colombian citizens that were not carrying schmugs. Do you know what we responded and said? We cut off all
What the MAGA
communications with
Republicans
Venezuela. Ya
said.
tú sabes eso. Y después, cuando él dije, el presidente de Colombia dice eso, we said, we need him to take back and redact his senseless.
That's what they told black people all our lives, too.
I.e. saying that we claimed that Colombia was lying. Él es un mentiroso. Nosotros tenemos unos problemas.